EDC, or everyday carry, is an important part of many people's lives, including mine. There are certain items that I depend on regularly that I like to keep on my person at all time. And recently, I revamped my whole EDC setup. And so we're going to take a look at my going into 2016 EDC, and hopefully this will give you some ideas, or maybe down in the comments you can leave what you carry that might give me some ideas, or a lot of the guys that watch this video. Today we're going to look at EDC, or everyday carry, items that you have on your person during your waking hours. And this is when I get up in the morning, I put my EDC together. I put it on me, I walk out, I go to my shop, or I'm going around town. That's very specific because, you don't want to carry extra things you don't use a lot. If there's something that I use on occasion, I can leave it in my truck or, around the house or whatever. These are items that I typically have, though, on my person, and I found a necessity to carry these items. Of course, in matter of use, obviously your phone is huge, and having a good cell phone, this is an iPhone 6, and I've been having, it's just a great phone. I do have it in a Magpul case. I really like this. It keeps it very well protected. One big improvement in my mind is going from an old leather wallet to one of the Hellbent holster carbon fiber and titanium clip wallets. I mean, this thing is just awesome. You can put your money right here, clip it in here, and then your credit cards or your driver's license, you just thumb them out like you would playing cards. I mean, it's just really great and very easy to do. Plus, it's really minimal, really small. And this is really a cool hellbentholsters.com. Check them out. And I think this is really a big advancement. Of course, having your keys, very important. Of course, everybody, when you're driving a car, get into your home. The key bar, I've been using this key bar for a while, and I love the key bar. It's just fantastic. They make a lot of different configurations, but I really like the aluminum. And what I really like, though, is I can just fan my keys out. So whatever keys I'm using, I know where they are. If it's late at night, my house key, I know exactly where it is, and I can use it, just pulling it right out. So I highly recommend the key bar, and this is something that I've really carried for a while now. For my flashlight, I do like the Olights, and the S10 baton has been my carry for a good while. But I've switched now to the S1 baton. It actually has more lumens, it's smaller, and I still do carry the S10 regularly. But this really fits well in the pocket, and I really like this. Of course, Going Gear sells these, and they're just fantastic little lights. They do come in a number of colors on top of that. As far as my knife, zero tolerance. I've been carrying the Barrage for a long time. In fact, I need to clean this knife. But I've been carrying the Barrage for a long time, but this is the 566, and it is a really nice, fairly expensive knife. But it's assist, so you can just pop it open really quick. The steel is incredible on this knife. Zero Tolerance does a fantastic job on their knives. The Barrage, every once in a while I still do carry it, the Benchmade Barrage, which I have carried the Benchmade Barrage for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years consistently. But I really like this knife. I got this at Going Gear as well. Going Gear is a great source for a lot of EDC items, and you get a Such discount on top of that, 10% off, because I know Marshall very well is a good friend of mine. So just some items that are just important to you. I feel like you need to carry quality. They're on your body all the time, so quality is number one. My belt, and this is EDC. This is a very important part of it, especially if you're concealed carrying, is carrying a good, strong belt. I prefer the leather belts, and this is one of the bull leather belts from DowTechForce.com. Alex does a fantastic job. I have used these belts now for going on 7 years, and in fact, the one that I have on right now is one that I got 7 years ago. I think I've showed that belt before. It is worn, but man, is it comfortable. But I've been wearing this one a good bit lately, but I wanted to wear my old one so I could show this one. Just an excellent, strong brass here. You can get different styles, different colors. One thing, though, that I've changed out, I was carrying the Reactor watch Griffin, which I still have, I still like. Those are great watches. This is, though, one of the new BCM limited edition watches. and it's black. I really love this watch. I have been wearing this thing for a couple of months now. With the you have a choice between rubber or your stainless steel, black stainless steel band, and the comfort of rubber is just really nice, especially for what I do. But the stainless steel band is beautiful and a little dressier with the stainless. I'm going to be doing a review on this coming right away on the Suits channel. You know, you might ask, why do I have a watch on my wrist when I have a, you know, watch on my phone or a clock on my phone? But it's so easy just to turn that wrist and to be able to get the time immediately without fiddling with your phone. And guys, to be honest with you, I get sick of fiddling with my phone. So it's kind of nice to have this just on your wrist, and it can serve a lot of purposes. Now guys, I've made a slight revision to this video. It's one reason why the original was taken down and we've put up this video. One of the things I want to make clear right up front, this is my EDC. I have guns laid out here on the table. These are two guns that are in my rotation. I do not carry these at the same time. Now, as far as my concealed carry, guys, I rotate guns in and out, but consistently, very consistently, the Glock 26 is a big part of my EDC. I mean, I carry the Glock 26 as much as anything over the past, you know, 7 or 8 years. I just keep going back to the Glock, and just a great gun. I do have it in one of the Jackson leatherwork holsters, and this is an inside the waistband. Jackson leatherwork, man, I'm telling you, excellent, excellent work. I highly recommend it. John Jackson's a great guy on top of that, but his work is fantastic. And speaking of which, here I have one of the Sphinx SDP subcompacts. This is one that I love. I love shooting this gun. I love carrying this gun. This is a really high quality firearm with the CZ inspired design. So one thing about this carry is I've been carrying outside the waistband, and this is again another Jackson leatherwork holster. This is one with some of the exotic leather on it, and just a beautiful outside the waistband. Now with winter here, I'm able to, you know, wear this more comfortably and slip a jacket over. Guys, I'll tell you, really, if I have my choice, outside the waistband is so much faster to deploy than inside the waistband. So if you can carry outside the waistband, and you know, even open carry if that's what you prefer, outside the waistband is really quick. But I still, for comfort and for minimal, you know, wear, whatever, I like the inside the waistband. Now, one of the big things that I've changed lately, this is a big one, is been carrying this LCP, the Ruger LCP, in an ankle holster. And this is a DeSantis ankle holster. I got this on eBay. I was just looking for one. I wanted to try one out. It has a nice Velcro strap, and then it has this fake sheepskin or whatever it is, but man, is this comfortable. I mean, it is super comfortable. But guys, I want to tell you how comfortable this is. I was going into a place the other day, and you know, it was a gun-free zone, I'll just put it that way. And so I took my concealed carry out, and I thought, okay, I don't have my ankle holster on today because, you know, I just didn't feel it. And I got out, went into the place, came back out. When I was lifting my leg to get up into the truck, I felt a little something, and when I got in, I reached down and I had this thing on. I mean, I consciously thought, do I have this on, and thought I didn't. That is how comfortable this holster is. Now, one of the definite things you need to do is wear higher socks, because these edges, if you don't have high socks that go up above it, it will kind of ride a little bit and make it a little bit uncomfortable. But other than that, and I ride this low on my ankle, I'm telling you guys, this is a beautiful thing. In fact, I think I'm going to get a couple of others, maybe for my Glock 43 or my Shield, or do some, you know, a little bit larger pistol. The Ruger LCP has been a good pistol for me because it is so tiny. And I really, you know, as little weight as this has, and the comfort that I can still have with carrying this on my ankle, it's just a great backup. And so, you know, I've really been carrying the backup lately, which I haven't done really that consistently over the years. So this has been a huge plus, but I don't really have a link for this. You can just go to eBay, type it in, or, you know, or to DeSantis.com. I guess I'll have that link down there. One thing, though, with winter coming is I have been carrying some Chapstick, and this is just, you know, Chapstick. Now, one thing, too, is extra magazines. Of course, I do carry one for the LCP, because it's so small. I'm not really concerned as much about an extra magazine for my backup, but because it is so tiny, it makes it really easy, especially if I have on cargo pants. Now, one thing definitely though is a full capacity magazine. One of the reasons why I like to carry the Glock 26 over the Glock 43 is that I can carry my 26 with the 10 and 1, and then I have a backup 17 magazine with 17. And that really, I can just slip it in and I'm ready to go. That's one of the things you can't do with some of the single stack pistols. Another thing too with the Sphinx SDP, I can carry the full size magazine in here from the standard full size pistol. And that is one of the things I really like to be able to do, is have a compact pistol that will allow for standard capacity magazines. And that really gives me a lot of comfort. And so, that's just one of my philosophies. These are the items that I'm carrying into 2016, and I just wanted to show it because it has changed a lot. And down in the description below, if you have some items that you're carrying that you really have found that you just hardly can't live without, make sure you put it down in the comments below. It makes it nice for a lot of the readers to read through it, plus I read through it. Always, it's a work in progress. It's an evolution. It's something that we're finding, and sometimes a better product may come out, just like this zero tolerance. There are things like that that come out that you wouldn't have even thought about 10 years ago that make a huge difference in your life. And there's none any greater than the key bar. So again, I'll have all these items listed below. Check them out. And guys, get your EDC together, because the time you don't carry it is the time you're going to need it. Okay, one thing that I did forget, reading glasses. That's an important part of my new EDC. So having an organized EDC for everyday carry, thumbs way up. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. Now it's very specific. Okay, I can, but it's with the and that just a no. Can't forget my Partagas Maduro Black Label. Oh yeah.